Hello, everybody. I'm Noemi Banchi, and we are broadcasting from Springwood, Australia. And we are going to talk about you today. And you will see that this is the core of all the metaphysics activities. It's all about you. And today we are going to talk specifically about your true self. Now, the question is, do you know who you are? All this information you will find in this book, Pillars of Metaphysics by Ruben Cedeño. It's available on Amazon. And as you see here, when we talk about pillars of metaphysics, there are 4 pillars. The first one we already spoke, analyzed, investigate. That was about the mentalism, about positive thinking. Now, the second pillar of metaphysics is the inner being. And this is how today we are going to start investigating more and more and more about this. And this is today is just the peak of the iceberg, because this has, it can take not of a course of months, sometimes takes your whole incarnation and more, because it's the purpose of your existence is knowing about you. The third pillar is the 7 rays, and the fourth pillar of metaphysics is the violet ray. Well, let's get started saying that metaphysics is the inner teaching of the current golden age of Master Saint-Germain. Sometimes I'm wearing this medal. I don't know if you can see it, and it's the medal of Saint-Germain. And people ask me, who is this? And I said, Saint-Germain. Saint-Germain is. Do you know Jesus? Have you heard of Jesus? Other people say, yeah, well, Jesus was the avatar of the Pisces age, the past age, and lasted for 2,000 years. And since just a few years ago, since 1954, Saint-Germain is the avatar of this age. Now, and the age of Aquarius, because the age of Aquarius is going to last for 2,000 years, but the golden age is longer, much longer. It's about, I don't know, like 3 million years, something like that. Inner teaching. Before, the term was spiritual teaching. Now Ruben explains or prefers this word inner because it connotates that is within you, within me. So the teaching about you, like I said, everything is about you. Now, can you raise your hand? Okay, what did you do? What did you do to do that? Well, to raise your hand, you need to move your bones, your muscles. What else? Well, you need to think. And when you think, you move, yes, and you want. So let me just go back to, otherwise it's getting moving and moving. When you move, your body is because first you thought, and second you wanted. Because obviously you could say, yes, I can, but I don't want to. And if you don't want to do it, even if you can, well, nothing happened. So your thoughts and your emotions, your feelings, move your body. Was it difficult? No, it was easy. Now the question is, why, if your thoughts and your feelings easily move your physical body, why do you think is different to change something else, like your financial situation, your health? Interesting. And above all, what makes you think? So what is behind your thought? Because the thought is not the beginning. There is something else. And that something else is your true being. And like a Delphic precept, know thyself. That's the key. By the way, that picture is in Greece, where the Apollo temple is. Know thyself. Rubén Cedeño says, your true self is your I am presence, which is internal, unifying, intelligent, inclusive, harmonious, truthful, healthy, prosperous, peaceful, and transformative. So in case that you want to know who you are, well, that's who you are. But the thing is, you don't really know your true self. Your true self is when you say, I am Noemi. You are using the I am, and the I am is the name of God. When Moses met God in Egypt, he asked, okay, what's your name? And God said, Yod He Vav He, I am what I am. And that's why we say I am, and the I am presence is your true, your let's say the perfect you. But so far you are not aware. So your true self is discovered through self-study, self-inquiry, and meditation. Sorry, there is a misspelling. The mediation of meditation. Through meditation, because yes, can be food at the table, but if you don't go close and pick up the food and eat, are you going to be satisfied? No. The same with this study. The meditation is the way to analyze, or to not analyze, sorry, because analyzing is mental process. To be aware, yes, to be aware of your inner self or your true self. And your true self is not, and this is the first step. We should start by, okay, what I'm not. Well, I'm not my physical body. I'm not my vitality. I'm not my emotions. I'm not my mental processes, which are toxic, limited, defective, with defects. Fails, someone fails, they get ignorant or harmonious, false, conflicted and oppressive personality. So that is not you. But we are more connected with this personality than the real you. And the real you is perfect. That's why nobody dares to say I'm perfect, because they are always working with the personality instead of the inner self. Now, if we analyze like a GPS, this picture is the way to understand, because with images we really get the idea. Now, we cannot just stay with the picture. We need to investigate ourselves about what is all within me. The I am presence is also known as the monad. Monad means one. The monad is the presence of this body of light which contains everything. But this monad is not aware. Your soul is your consciousness, and that's in the middle. So you can see that triangle. If we want to represent the I am presence is a circular. The consciousness is a triangle, and your personality is a square, and is represented by your mind, your feelings, your mind, your vitality, your feelings, and your physical body. So a lot to discover, because this really you is not yet aware. You don't really fully understand is a word. No, it's not understand, but that's the process. Once you understand, then you can be. And this is about be. And is far away from how people see you. Because someone might be concerned about how people see them. But that's not the point. The point is about being. Because people can see you, can judge you. And once you start discovering you, the first thing you're going to see, you're not going to like it, because you think you are a perfect soul, a compassionate person, and you don't get along with your neighbor. You speak ill about people who surround you. You are causing a lot of negativity. And it's not until you start observing those things that you're producing that you say, hang on, let me see and let me change. There are a lot of names, and the list is long, but I want to say all of them because Ruben mentioned the names, and you might know maybe one of them, some of them, or maybe all of them. So the name, the inner being, inner self-awareness, or like I said, consciousness. I am presence, inner Christ. When we say Christ, don't think of Jesus. Christ is the word that comes from the Hebrew Messiah. But because Jesus was able to show to heal people, to precipitate food, to resurrect animals, people, and himself, is that people only identify Christ as Jesus Christ. But Christ is just a principle that is within you. Divine spark, higher self, breath of the Holy Spirit, soul, inner castle, inner Buddha, Padmapani, egoic lotus, and ego with a capital letter. So, and how this happened? How well we already saw some. We talked about this previous activity about the great spiritual central sun, which some religions call God, and this is the representation. The essence is in the center, and you see is circle, and it has the threefold flame: blue, golden, and pink flame. And what happened? Well, you, me, the prime minister, the nurse, the accountant, the one who uses drugs, the one who the one who abuses of others, people, kids, etc., criminals, we all come from the same place. The great central spiritual sun. And we came like this. Our spirit, our monads came, but unconscious. They are not aware of what they are capable of. So that's why we are here, to discover, to live. But in essence, we as a drop has all the chemics, or all the like a drop has all the chemics that the ocean has. The same with us. So we are goddess, gods and goddess. Yes. But don't think like we are, I'm God and I can do whatever I want. No. Because that drop is part of the ocean. That's why we individualize ourselves. But I like to also give the analogy of a computer system. So a computer system is composed of the hardware and the software. What is the hardware is your personality. The CPU is like your brain, is what all the mental processes. The memory, the RAM, is like your vitality. So you put all your memories there. The input devices, input is like what you put inside the computer system. So it could be the key, the keyboard, the mouse, microphone, and also the output is how that information also comes from the speakers. If you want to print something, or the monitor, the screen, you can see the image. Okay, and this is like your sense. the sense you can bring information, and also is the way that the sense of seeing or smelling. Sorry, let's start from the beginning. We can hearing, seeing, smelling, taste, and tact. And the motherboard, well, the motherboard is the connection, all the components. And the software is all the applications, all the programs. And we can say that all those programs we have in our CPU is all the archetypes. So then you can have the application like, PowerPoint, Microsoft, Gmail, blah, blah, blah. You can have the program of being safe or being unprotected. Or you can have the software of being like stupid or being intelligent, being inclusive or being or hate people, being beautiful or ugly. So all are the softwares that people have in their mind. If people have the program of being healthy, they will be healthy. But if they have the program of being ill, they will be ill. And people with the concept, with the mental image of prosperity, they will, whatever they do, they will be prosperous. And if they have the software, the application of being, everything is too expensive, I cannot afford it, or money is not enough, well, that's another application, and everything like that. So you can use this computer system as you wish. You, with your personality is this hardware and software. So what happened? Well, if you don't have electricity, if there is no internet, yes, you can have a beautiful body, you can have a beautiful mind, but if you're not connected to your true self, your inner being, you cannot use it. It's like your laptop is closed. And how many programs you may have in your laptop and you are not aware, you are not using them. I confess, I'm not an IT and I need help, but I ask for help. And I have a lot of things in my laptop or even my phone that I need to learn how to use it. So the same with your true self. And another thing is, when you go to ChatGPT or Google and you research, what happens if your computer system is not connected with the rest? Like I said, there is an issue with the internet or electricity. Nothing's going to happen. So don't think like you are an individual God. You are separate from the rest of the world. No, you are the same as this computer system that is connecting all the computers. So when you research on ChatGPT, describe the component of a computer system, and ChatGPT describes is because brings all the information from everywhere. So the same happened with our inner self. Our inner self, which is perfect, is not separated from the inner self of my dad, my mom, my kids, if I have kids, my partner, my in-laws, or my friends, or my boss, or the one I consider my enemies. In that plane, it's like the computer system, that is like internet. Everyone is connected. So, the being, as describes, as Rubén Cedeño describes, we can say that there is the monad, the Atma, and Buddhi. And everything you see in blue is the same. Everything you see in yellow that is the same, and everything you see in pink is the same. So we have representing the three flames: blue, golden, and pink. The monad is your being. Atma. Okay, I'm going to go in one go. Your monad is your being, which is known as Sat being, from Satchit Ananda, is the father. In religions, they call the father, as the monad is the father, is the will, your will, and volition. Now, Atma is your consciousness, what we call Chit, the sun, is the golden flame and represents wisdom, cognition. And Buddhi means well-being, Ananda, the Holy Spirit / Mother. You can say Father, Mother, and the Son, or Father, Holy Spirit, and Son. The love, and cohesion. So these are all the names of the same things, conditions and characteristics. And this is, Rubén Cedeño explains the mystery of the Holy Trinity, and it says there is no mystery, first of all. The mystery is that triangle represents your true self. Okay, now, your true self is represented by three colors, three flames. And each flame represents a virtue, a quality: goodwill, wisdom, and love. So within you, there are three flames, the threefold flame: blue, goodwill; golden, wisdom; and pink, love. And it's within you. Is internal. Now the effort is to bring this outward and make it external. And what is the mystery? Which is, there's no mystery, is that these three qualities, like this triangle, is must be equal. Because let's say that someone develop a lot of goodwill. Goodwill is also power. And they don't have enough wisdom or love, they will become authoritarian. And these are moms or dads who are very authoritarian at home. They don't have compassion to know what others want. They are very goodwill is the willpower is to do things, but they lack of wisdom. So, for example, I have an example I saw on the news. A person trying to fly around the world, the 7 continents, to raise money, donations for a specific illness. Okay, so he has the will to do it. Yes, so he is flying, but he arrived to a specific country. I don't want to mention the country. and he had a legal issue there. What happened? So in that country, he said he was going to do something that he didn't for X, Y, or Z. And now he's trying to figure it out if he's how's going to solve that situation. He had the goodwill. Sometimes we call the intention, but with intentions only is not enough. You need that wisdom. So he needed the wisdom. And what was the whole issue? That because he didn't exactly say to the authorities what route he was going to fly, the government says that he's in trouble because he could cause air accidents. So we need wisdom, love, and goodwill. Now, wisdom. Let's say an example of wisdom is people, as someone very, very smart, but they don't have compassion, they don't think of others, and they don't have the will. So is the kind of person like they think they live in the mental plane. They live, for example, they say, yes, you are doing something wrong, or they see that something is wrong, and they know the solution, what should be best to do, but they don't do it. They know, they have the intelligence, they know, they realize perfect, but they lack of that, okay, I'm going to do it. And then people who try to solve everything with love, and I say, but I love you, but they lack of wisdom and lack of will. The example of a mom or a dad who feed the kids with food which is not the best nutrition for them. And they give, for example, pasta. There is gluten, or fast food, or soft drinks. Look, I'm not saying that don't do it ever. 1 week, once a year, whatever. But every single day, because I love them. And I give them what they ask me for. Well, that's lack of wisdom, because you shouldn't give the kid is not is in developing, so he or she, they are not fully aware of what they need. They just want, and you cannot give them what they want. You need to give them what they need. I was a kid once upon a time, my mom, and I said, Mom, I don't want to go to school. And she said, no, you must go to school. And if I said, no, I'm not feeling okay, but be aware that if you don't go to school, you don't go to volleyball, this activity, blah, blah, blah. Because if you're not able, or if you're not well enough to go to school, you cannot do the rest of the activities. So, and I said, okay, well, I go. I feel better now. So that's the mystery of the Holy Trinity, which is no mystery at all. And the inner self symbolized as a flower, a mystical flower. And we have here some examples. So the first one is the fleur de lis. Sorry, my French pronunciation. In royalty is represented by this inner being. So, and you see, the component of three, the threefold flame. The rose, in the Rosencrantz in Christianity, the rose is the representation of the spirit, the soul, and you can see the rose in a cross. That the Rosencrantz, yes, well, sorry, my pronunciation again. They represent the rose as the soul, the spirit. The sunflower. The sunflower is also the representation of the inner being. It's on the floor of a cave in Manresa in Spain, where Saint Ignatius, or the name in Spanish is San Ignacio de Loyola, is this sunflower on the floor of that cave in Manresa. And the lotus. The lotus, which is also the first representation of the spirituality. So, if the person is not aware of the inner being, their flower is closed. But if they are developing, these flowers start opening. And if they are full developed, well, that's the flower completely open. That lotus. And see the correspondence of the lotus. The lotus, where does the lotus grow? In a pond full of mud. And you see that beautiful flower, so subtle, so delicate. So you need to get rid of all your personality to start developing your true self. This is what we are going to talk about now. Your personality here is composed of 4 sheets. Mental, emotional, vital, physical. And we say at the beginning that our true self is not physical, our physical body. So if your body, so you see that beautiful people on doing exercise in the gym and being very fit is marvelous. Continue doing exercise, because the better your physical body, the better health you have. But what happened with your physical body? If you just worry about your physical body, you will suffer, because your physical body changes. And as soon as it changes, you will be attached to the image of your previous because your body, your physical appearance is always changing, completely changing. You cannot be or think that you are just the physical body. You are not. And this is where we have to be aware of balance, the middle way that Lord Gautama Buddha explained. I'm not saying, okay, forget about your physical body, because he lived this. He was in the forest, tried to connect with his true self, and he forgot about feeding his body or exercising his body. And he was deteriorating at the point that he said, "Oh, I'm going to I'm going to pass away without getting my goal. So that is when he realized, and then he started eating. Vitality. Vitality is the energy you have. The circulation, or the memories. I said you cannot live thinking of what you have done. Oh, because when I was 20, and I heard these people from like 30s, they are younger than me. Oh yeah, but when I was 20, I could run, I could do this, and now I can't. Well, your vitality changes, yes, but you are not just your vitality. So you are not just your appearance. You are not your vitality. Some people don't want to take medication. They don't want to take painkillers, for example. And I respect, but I just said, look, the abuse is wrong. If you use it for a period of time, then it can help, and then you can move better. But yes, the abuse, the constant, the everyday. And some people take medication to be incarnated, otherwise they will pass away. So medication that you need to take. Emotional. Oh God. And here, when you are sad, you are depressed, you are angry, you are furious, all those emotions. Let's say you want to lose weight, and you need to lose weight, you need to walk or stop eating certain food, but your emotion says, no, but it's so tasty. Come on, another croissant. We already had 3, but one more is so tasty. These are all emotions. And at the end of the day, if you are not observing that your emotions, you will end doing what your emotions wants you to do. And when someone says something and you get you give power to their words, you feel offended. Oh, they are talking about me. They think that I'm not good enough. Or why do they say that? They are so all of that is your emotions. We said ego with a capital letter, the ego is your real being. But here is your ego with suitcase. What is low case? Sorry, yes, low cases. Like ego, the small ego. Emotions. And the emotions, they are not bad. They just want to go up and down, up and down. And the mental, okay, my goodness. Mental processes. We already talked about all the mental processes, all the archetypes, the images, the crystallizations that are in your mind. You know, if someone talking about the physical body, the appearance, they had a surgery, stomach, to reduce the stomach because they want to lose weight, obviously. Okay. But if their image is a fat body, whatever they do is not going to change. because then they want to come back to the same habits. So it's all about your mentality. Someone can have a lot of money, but they live with this concept of, oh no, I need to save money, so they don't spend. They have the bank account full up with a lot of money, but they don't use it. They don't spend a single dollar. And then is when you think you are good, but you are not, because you don't observe that all your negativity. And this is how all is connected, because someone tells you let's say someone tells you are negative. No, I'm not. Or someone says, oh, you are angry. No, I'm not. So why are you upset? Why are you angry? If someone tells me I'm a man, say whatever you want. I know I'm a woman. So if someone says something to you and you feel emotionally touched, well, is what you really think. So for that reason, this personality is surrounded by this violet flame, because the violet flame transmutes, consumes, and dissolves all this negativity of your personality. You just say, I am the violet fire transmuting the situation. If you need the immediate solution to a situation, if you need to pass an exam, if you need love, if you need to embellish yourself, when you want to see the truth in a situation, let's say you need to sign a contract or something, if you want to meet a need to or have peace, if you need to forgive someone, your inner self is the solution to all situations. And you just sit wherever you are. You don't have to go to a mountain. I know we are living here in the Blue Mountain, but we don't have to go anywhere very far away. You just can, and sometimes when people are in prison or in a hospital, and this is the moment that they can observe all what they have done, and if they know about the violet fire, well, they can use it, but most people don't know. So you need to visualize your inner self. So that image we saw, that representation of the I am presence, like this picture, visualize here. First, I should start from the beginning. So first, take a posture, alone. Think like you are going to the toilet. You cannot go to the toilet with someone else. You need to be alone to do what you need to do. You don't want to be interrupted. You need concentration. So here is the same. You need to be alone, without your phone, without your kids for a moment, or your partner, and start observing how is your body. Observe the posture of your hands, of your feet, your back, your neck, the posture of your head. Then focus on your breathing and observe if you are breathing through your nose or your mouth. And if you're breathing through your nose, if you're breathing for both the narinas, it's called narina, the whole of your nose. Observe if the air is hot or cold, and observe the rhythm of your breathing, if it's fast and short, or if it is slow and long. And keeping focus on your breathing, you're going to go to the center, so the point between your two eyes, the center of your brain, where the pineal gland is, at the very center of your brain, between your two eyes. And then you're going to stay there and observe if you're thinking, observe your emotions, how you are feeling right now, feeling if you're anxious or if you're peaceful. If you are happy or unhappy, worried, nostalgic. And then start focusing just your breathing. Keep observing your breathing. And if your mind goes somewhere else, maybe a memory or something to do, what I'm going to have for dinner tonight, observe your mind. Just follow your mind. And stay there in the middle of your two eyes. And just don't be distracted. Because then is when you start asking yourself, who are you? Who am I? Where is that part of me who says I am? And once you start asking, investigating, then you contemplate your I am presence. See, this is the thing. If you're not present here, if you're thinking of something else, you're not present. So that's important to observe your thoughts. It's not about having a mind blank, no. It's just to observe. And then being one, contemplate. The contemplation is just being that. Once you understand and you find the answer to the question, where is that part of me who says I am? And think of the solution, because on the situation that you need to solve right now is the solution. But if you're thinking of the problem, you're not thinking of the solution, you're thinking of the problem. And the stages of learning, we go from the unconscious and competent to conscious incompetence. and then conscious competence and unconscious competence. But if we understand this process, is the first stage is people who don't know that they have an inner self, the true self. They don't know the true self. And if someone comes and say, okay, well, you have a true self, an inner self, they, like today, maybe it's your day. Okay, so now I know, so I'm conscious that a part of me is perfect, but you are incompetent because you are not aware how to manifest it. Conscious competence is when you heal yourself or someone else, when you precipitate money or a trip, a travel, or whatever you need, when you solve the situation. An unconscious competence is you are all the time connected to your inner self, that you're not even invoking your inner self because it's there. It's like Jesus, how Jesus lived. When he was walking and someone taught him his garment, he said, "Who taught me?" And well, there were a lot of people around him. No, but someone touched me. Who touched me? And when this person said, yes, I touched you because I thought that if I only touched your garment, I will be healed. So he was the power of healing manifested. I don't know if you're interested, if you think you can do it. I think it's good to give it a go. What do you think? Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye for now.